Testing 1 2 test. Test 1 2 test. Hello, thank you for watching. I'm playing music right now and waiting for more people to kick in. I just saw one person come in. This is the first time I go live, so I have a lot of stuff planned out, but this is a sound test, so let me just check in with everything first. And we'll see what we have going on. All right, the sound sounds good. I like the sound. Having a little coffee here. A little coffee. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2 check. Yeah, so let me just rant and rave as I manage everything going on right here and get everything ready. So this is sorry for clickbaiting, but I am going to be talking about all those subjects: K-pop, NFTs, gamer stuff, art, mostly music, political stuff. I'm an artist, activist, musician here in Texas. I'm originally from South Texas, Houston area, and I'm just moving around the state, you know, and see where I fit in. Check 1 2 check. This probably could be louder, maybe. I'm just looking at the dials here. YouTube has interesting formats. So, slow motion, 30-second reply. Ask me any questions here. Yeah, so if people are tuning in and they're curious, yeah, I do performance art, happenings, activism, like demonstrations. I've done a lot of interesting work. You can check up on my channels and stuff that I posted here. I'll go ahead and type my name so you can Google me here. And then currently I'm living in a meditation center in North Dallas, you know, so I have big plans for everyone, people I care about, people are like-minded. I'm a revolutionary, you know, so having said that, I can go all kinds of ways, but I don't adhere to any left or right or any of those type of choices, left, right, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. That's just not the real world, man. Like the real world's made up of work and the work that people put out, not what people say, you know. Words are just forms of magic that we pray to. We put the words into the ether and hopefully they do something. But what's greater than work? Actually doing something with your hands, implementing action. So yeah, we need more action and less talk, less words, less people getting offended about words. I miss the days when people got offended about actions. You know, that person did this, that person did this action, that person should be dealt with because, you know, real forms of oppression, you know. Because the real form of oppression now these days is that we are getting censored and our speech is being impelled by draconian type laws. And you know, if you're privileged when you say, well, it's not that bad, or we're not there yet. Well, like if you're watching content that's because you want to learn something, right? You want to prepare yourself for something. And all these conversations we have are conversations that could develop uh, and materialize themselves in the ether or in the material world in the future, in the very near future. Most of the podcasters I meet that like broadcast stuff that's currently going on is stuff that's going on in Europe, with other countries or third world countries, and it's good that they do that because we do America. It comes to America slowly, and we are still technically very free people here in America. We get the chance to do this with 5G internet, great broadband bandwidth, and we can curse and like talk about the president, talk shit about the president, and not get killed for it. We're very much so privileged here to every degree possible. But when you find yourself, I feel like toxic privilege is when you're speaking out of your ass, man. When you find some type of identity blanket that you have no experience with, you just romanticize, or like you would like to be a part of that. You feel sympathy for that type of people or identity, and the overnight that's you. Like, no, you actually need to put in the work and really understand America. For example, man, like, just have you ever hiked or been on the streets in America, city by city, city by city? Wonder if there's a marker I'm supposed to look at, because I like looking at the screen myself, but then I think I'm supposed to be looking at the camera. That's interesting. Yeah, I think if I look at that green dot, that'll be looking directly towards my audience. All right, so like, that's weird. I wonder why people don't do this. You always need someone to like do these things for you. And I will have someone here helping me out soon, but this is again a test run. I'm just ranting and raving. So yeah, I would have thought I got more viewers, man. So let's see how this works. Switch accounts. Bhagwan. And I also believe that podcasting, fairly new to it, like a couple of years. I've always known about it. Shit like podcasting and Reddit forums, and that's the future, man. Like art shows, like forms of entertainment are, for example, like are the future. Like, for example, during COVID, any business that had a drive-through, any business that had some form of drive-through or fast service, curbside, but mainly drive-through, they flourished. They took off and they made a lot of money, and that's just the world we're living in right now more than ever, because of COVID. Because of being safe and quarantine and stuff like that. So the rules have changed, the dynamics has changed, and we need to interact with one another in different ways and forms. I'm gonna push the computer back. I can't push it too much back because I need to type and stuff. I'm trying to get a good feel for this right now and hear my voice and like jogulate. Or, I don't know if that's the right word. I'm going to share this link and see how it follows on Facebook. You hear the record stop, sometimes it just stops abruptly like that. I can go playing music. We'll go and play this record. I got it from my neighbor Brittany in Houston before I moved out of Houston a couple months ago, and I supported all my neighbors in a quadplex to do a garage sale, and we traded records. And this is one of the most amazing pieces of things I own. This is Richard Pryor's Bicentennial Nigger. Richard Pryor Bicentennial Nigger. It's fucking amazing record. I'm a big fan of comedy, and it even has E in the back for Emmanuel. It was meant for me. Beautiful art, very beautiful art in the background. Wow, so beautiful. Check this out. One of the most greatest comedians, and I'm going to play this record and have it in the background while I work on some other stuff. I'm going to get another laptop going. And I'm going to share this on Facebook. I might go live on Facebook too, but I don't know. We'll see where this goes. I'm very deplatformed on YouTube, so I mean on Facebook. So anything I post on Facebook, like no one sees it at all. When I post, I just see how it looks like, and it doesn't show any of the pictures I posted because YouTube doesn't fuck with Facebook. It just straight up says account google.com YouTube, and then no images at all. Share videos, family with your friends and family. And hopefully people click on this link, come back to this, hopefully. YouTube creator. It's probably a different link. I need a different link for this live streaming, which they should have provided here. Where the hell's the link for this? No, that should be the link, live streaming. There you go. I can see myself here. I'm going to start this record. Side one? Yeah, side one. So this is Richard Pryor's Bicentennial Nigger. And yeah, cool. I like these statistics.
Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Pryor.
I'm going to stop the record for now. And I'll go live on Facebook too. Yeah, it's there. Boo, 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 boo. So, yeah, I'm gonna play music later, maybe show some paintings or do live painting. All kinds of things that I do to adopt disciplines. I feel like we're back in quarantine life in a weird way. Connect to streaming software to go live. Post on timeline. Yeah, we gotta take advantage of this technology now, man, because like they're gonna make it harder and harder, harder and harder to do this shit. And I want to get it at the cusp, the very cusp of this. Look, it says friends. I want to go public. So many things, man. Waiting for camera. There you go. Nice. 1, 2. Broadband here is very slow. Wonder why. But the sound sounds good. I wonder if I can do 2 at the same time. I go Zoom 1, 2, 1, 2. Start screen, FaceTime, HD camera. Yeah, it's very simple. Hopefully it doesn't get too complex in the future. Trending. Turn that off. Live streaming. I'm going on 17 minutes. There's a share button. What does that do? There you go. Copy that. Let's see if this link that's made for sharing posts different on Facebook. All these things I'm just experimenting with. I'm going to go live on Facebook. Going live. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody on Facebook. My name is Emmanuel Nuno Arambula, and we're just doing some test runs with sound and video. I'm live on YouTube as well, and I'll be sharing the link right now. And I'll be playing a record in the background just because I have a lot of stuff to do around here to get the sound set up. And so the record I'll be playing today, there's a lot of reasons why I want to do this podcast. And those of you who know me through art or music or other forms of creative like endeavors in our communities know that I like to engage with people, and this is like a new form of engaging. I truly feel that we're like in a back to like the quarantine days of like last year, just because this new strand is pretty spicy. And in the peak of COVID last year, I did a art show in McAllen, Texas at Tropicasa, which is a nice vegan art gallery music venue that everyone should check out. And it was a 3-day quarantine called Creative Quarantine. I quarantined myself in a glass room where it was visible to the public for 3 days, exploring what a like hyper creative person like me would do during quarantine. Water my plants, paint, play music, meditate, um, play games. Like all kinds of things. And I'll be posting. You can find some of that on Tropica's Instagram or my Instagram. I'll be going live soon on Instagram. My phone died before I did all this. So yeah, just to get stuff started and people to like tune in and like just hang out. I'll be playing this record. This record is one of my favorite and most special records. I got this in a garage sale that I helped put together with my neighbors. I was living in a quadplex in Houston a couple months ago before I moved here to North Dallas. This record is called Richard Pryor's Bicentennial Nigger. is one of the most greatest comedy albums ever. And in my opinion, one of my favorite comedians of all time. And he's one of my favorite comedians mainly because of who he is, his personality, not so much his material, even though his material is fucking genius. Um, you know, um, I can talk forever about Richard Pryor, and maybe I will, but let's go ahead and play the record. And, this microphone's really good. It picks up everything. I have everything connected to the soundboard.
Richard Pryor.
So I'm going to put this in the background, maybe change the angle. And I need to go get my other laptop going. But send in comments, questions you want to answer, concerns, anything really. I'm getting all these statistics on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. Let's see. I missed it.
Sound like a white boy asked that question. What's wrong with your life? Golly. I thought you know this country's a goddamn good place to live. Fucking A, better believe it, buddy. America's my home. I don't give a fuck. You love it or leave it, goddammit.
That's the record I was playing yesterday.
Our forefathers, we come over to this fucking place. I'll tell you what, wasn't shit here. Goddamn bunch of Indians hooping, hollering, making fucking noise all over. Buffalo shit running around. Clean this goddamn place up. Ain't what it is today. You better fucking A believe it. Hillbillies fuck good now. Now come on. Let's fess up. Hillbillies, they make noise when they fuck up. Hot damn! Here it comes! Hang on!
Let me know if y'all can hear the record.
There really is a difference between white women and black women. And I've dated both. Yes, I have. Black women get on you right. What? Yeah, see, already done. Right on. Ain't gonna give me no pussy, but right on. Right on, motherfucker. Beg me. I'd rather you not have no pussy. You gotta fuck away. Man, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck.
Be right
But
back.
white women take more shit. Like you be at home, you know, and shit. You get ready to go out. You say, I'm going out, baby. Take it easy. Okay. Nothing to lose. You say that to a black woman, the bitch start dressing too.
This suggestion too.
Yeah, nigga, me too. Shit. Then you the live motherfucker. You think you talking to me? And they get that head to move. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, you right. Yeah, just try to do something again. Bitch, I'll knock you down. When we gonna be some fight, motherfucker? You talk about kicking a black woman in, different. They don't play that shit in. Yeah, motherfucker, wanna be some ass beat. Yeah, but your mama don't know about it. Black women fight, oh, man. Black women tell, yeah, motherfucker, come on. And may knock you out. they freaky too. White women suck your dick right away. Black women, you have to beg them for months to get some head. You be begging 2 or 3 months. Say, man, how about tonight? But you promised. You said if I wait 2 months, fuck, I'll just try it. Shit. Don't matter, just don't bite. White women give it up so sweet. You know, they give it up so sweet. No. You know, they suck all their pussy and shit. They lick their fingers and shit. Good. Black woman, you be sucking their fingers. Wait, nigga, oh shit. No more to the left, motherfucker. You gonna suck the motherfucker? Get out. And you can fuck white women if they don't come. They say, it's all right. I'll just lay here and use a vibrator. Now, black women, talk about your well, nigga, that's some side dick. Well, is that it? Well, you got the grind in my pussy. Oh, nigga, fuck me, shit. I'm putting my legs down, motherfucker. You said pussy, not stomach. Because niggas try to hurt a pussy boy. Niggas act like pussy is the last thing they ever gonna get. When they be like, your motherfucker. We had a game. If you didn't have ringworm, you was a punk. Remember when niggas with ringworms used to wear stocking caps with a hole where the ringworm was? Nigga have covered all over here, but the ringworm be open. So why don't you put your stocking cap on the ringworm, motherfucker?
I'll kick your ass. This ain't ringworm. This is something on the cap.
That was a qualification. You had to have ringworm and be able to fuck a dog.
Thank you, boy.
Oh yeah, and
You
you
like that
fix
on
the blood
game.
then
Used to tell
here.
jokes, could not tell jokes for shit. Clifford used to tell good jokes, you know. But Bubba was a nigga that could not tell a joke. Right? You know them kind of niggas just can't tell a joke, but you have to laugh anyway, you know, because nigga will hurt you. You know? Like Clifford tell this little joke and shit, you know. Yeah, so there it is, man. The dude was in school, little Johnny joke. Then check this out. Little Johnny in school, and the teacher asked a question, say, what's the most interesting thing that ever happened, you know? And was a young lady in there said, Mary. Mary said, oh, my mother and father went on vacation all alone. That was cool, you know. Check that, huh? So they come little Johnny, and she said, little Johnny, what's the thing happened to you, you know? So little Johnny said, well, my brother was in Vietnam, got shot in the ass. And she said, hey, freeze. You know, don't say ass, say rectum, you know. Little Johnny said, rectum shit, and killed him. Shit.
And Bug, hey, wait, I got one. I did this. I got one. Check this out. There's a dude, 2 hoes, right? Check this out. Dude went in the whole house and the dick was out, right? And he go, no, wait, that's not it. Wait, there's no, dig. The dude go into the hole. No, there's 2 nuns. Check this out. Check this, bro. 2 nuns was going down the street and the nun had a dick, right? So the dude, no, the 2 dudes, dig this, the 2 dudes. 2 dudes dressed like nuns, right? And they go in the whole house and the dicks came out. That's a funny motherfucker, ain't it, bro? There you go. Yeah, bro. That's funny shit, bro. Woo, shit, that's so funny.
We are gathered
equality in the hope of freedom and dignity. We are celebrating 200 years of white folks kicking ass. Now, white folks have had the essence of misunderstanding on their side for quite a while. However, we offer this prayer, and the prayer is, how long will this bullshit go on? How long? How long? How long will this bullshit go on? That is the eternal question. Men have always asked, how long? When man first got here, he said, how long will these animals kick me in the ass? How long before I discover fire and stop freezing to death? We always here in our church of understanding and unity have tried to figure out how long. I say in the Bible, we will know how long when an angel come up out the sea. He will have 7 heads and a face like a serpent and a body like a lion. I don't know about you, but I don't want to see no motherfucker look like that. If I see him come up out the water, I'm going to shoot him in the head. We're only making one collection this year. And we ask that this year you donate 500 or 600. And we ain't going to fuck with you no more. Won't be around your house asking for shit or nothing like that. Let us offer, as the choir sang, that old Negroid spiritual, I will see, or we will see. Whichever the case may be. If you're singing alone, it's I will see. If you sing with peoples, it's we will see. See, the shit work out right. They've been rehearsing. Go ahead.
Right now, I'm inviting people, if anyone wants to join and broadcast along with me. I just set that up on Facebook. So just let me know, and I'll type in your name and send you an invite. And we'll both be on. And we'll both be online if you want to invite us to podcast on Facebook.
We will see. 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 That was lovely. That was lovely. Yeah, before I spend some more money on rehearsal, we will see. Bring me some shit like that. Now, I'd like to make some apologies to you because last Sunday, a spiritual thing happened. Nice family, the Walker family brought in their son. They asked me, said, can you heal our son? Well, I apologize because he's a big waterhead boy. And I wasn't going to touch the motherfucker. I'm telling you that, man. Little nigga had a big head about this big. And they wheeled him in his head with bobbing back and forth. I was not about to touch that motherfucker, I'm telling you. Because that shit is contagious. I said, go get a nigga a big hat or something. Leave me alone. And some of the deacons come down on me for that.
And like to say to the crippled peoples that come here, can't you find another church to go to? Goddamn, you come in knocking shit down and breaking up furniture and shit. Learn how to crawl, shit. And you deaf and dumb motherfuckers. You motherfuckers that can't talk, we don't need your help. All that shit kiss my ass. They got schools for you to go to. Go learn how to speak, goddammit. Shit. Also, there's some discrepancy about the baptisms last month because 3 or 4 people drowned. They was old people. I did not know a couple of them had asthma. I just put him under a little while. I thought the bubbles were from the spit.
So that was the first side of side one. I might switch laptops because I got this laptop that might be faster and having broadband issues, or just to check with the broadband. Let me see if I have the frame right here. Go back. Over to yeah, it's still in the frame. Just move a little closer. Yeah, took off my jacket. So I'm going live on Instagram right now, and I have my phone charging. Okay, so what you just heard, if you're listening, tuning in, that's Richard Pryor's Bicentennial Nigger live album. Let me see where. And Richard Pryor is one of like the best and most renowned comedians ever. And it amazes me sometimes how a lot of people they don't fuck with comedy. Like they say, "Oh yeah, I love to laugh. I love comedies, or I love comedians, or I love comedy shows, or I love seeing stand-up comedy," but they don't really like. They just say that because they know everyone loves to laugh, and everyone loves for people to make them laugh. So it's very easy to say, "Yes, I love comedy." Even though comedy has been like something that's been refined over and over again throughout the history of civilization, and it's been one of the biggest weapons of in society to test the fabric of rule or the fabric of civilization and how we socialize and how we people assimilate or integrate with society. Um, um, as a whole, right? But for the comedian itself, for the comedian himself, it's a very interesting tool to heal yourself or to make sense of the world around you. Make sense of existential queries like that's like boggling your mind. So, saying the reason I say that because not a lot of people fuck with comedy. They say that, but they don't mean it. They can't name more than 3 comedians. They can't articulate what type of comedy they like. They can't. Most people, when they want to go see a funny movie or would like to see a funny movie, can't say, "Well, what type of funny movie I want to watch, or what type of comedian I would like to watch." Most comedy stores or comedy venues cater to comedians that have sharpened their instrument of what the performance and the craft is to appeal to a major generalization of the population of and what I'm talking about is like comedians that talk about fart jokes or like, oh man, my mother-in-law this, my mother-in-law that, or like traffic sucks, and you know, like just basic things that the human condition would love to exhaust themselves from. And then you have fucking juggernauts, man. You have fucking people that fucking really, really sharpen their fucking blade and really are just straight up just murdering people with comedy, testing the boundaries of our First Amendment, our freedom of speech, testing um, like putting philosophy into people's minds. I question this. Have you questioned this? Uh, should we question this? What was that? You told me not to question this. I should not question this. Like this is a question. This is not a statement. Most most statements that most things that come out of comedians' mouths are statements, not are questions, not statements, because it's quintessentially it's philosophy, man. It's a why this. Most comedians, like if you think about it, that's one of the first things they say when they go on stage. Oh, today I saw this, and why do this? Why does people do that? Why does this happen? With a broad, with a fucking bold ass title like that, bicentennial nigger. Damn, that reminds me of a Patti Smith song called "Rock and Roll Nigger." It's a very very interesting punk rock song. Only thing is Richard Pryor is African American man, and "Rock and Roll Nigger" was written by an American white poetry artist, poetry musician Patti Smith. But in their forms, they're art pieces, they're records making statements. Oh, so I was going to look up what year this came out. If I were to say what year this record came out, this is one of his biggest records, profound. I want to say late 70s, not 80s. No, wait, maybe? No. I want to say either 78 or 82. Record released in 76. Well, that's technically late 70s, 76. Yeah. Bicentennial Nigger is the sixth album by American comedian Richard Pryor. The sixth album. Yeah. But who came after Richard Pryor? Of course, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, um, Kevin Hart, like juggernauts, people that wouldn't be where they're at right now if this man wouldn't have broken down barriers. And before him, uh, it will be Red Fox, which he did a show with, one of my favorite shows. Uh, um, Bill Cosby, of course. Bill Cosby did break down a lot of barriers, and that's why Bill Cosby had to take down. I'm not gonna get to Bill Cosby, but yeah, he had to take a lot of the shit, a lot of grimy shit. Because what we think about, he's a real ass nigga, right? And I say nigga as in like Nigga. Like Richard Pryor's a real ass nigga that didn't want to take the shit of back then, all the racist shit with racist Hollywood and all that fucking power structures. But Bill Cosby did. Bill Cosby's like, yeah, I'll play the game. I'll play the game real good. I'll fucking play the game so good. I'll be selling fucking Jello. And when you get that, you know, you get pure refined animosity towards the people that are cutting your checks and telling you what the fuck to do. And to the point where Bill Cosby just woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to start raping these motherfuckers' wives. Or these executive women that want to tell me what the fuck to do. These white women. Bill Cosby didn't rape black women or women of color. And yeah, I'm not condoning rape at all. That's fucked up. Like Bill Cosby, like he's burned right now. There's no going back. I'm just I'm comparing the two juggernauts of the 70s and 60s, Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, everyone thinks Bill Cosby, but no one really fucks with Bill Cosby anyway, because Bill Cosby was always that older father saying, don't say this, don't say that. No, I don't like your comedy. you're not a real comedian. When like real comedians, like the they don't they get their validation through actually just doing stand up. Also, just want to really point out right now that real comedy is stand up comedy. So if you're gonna say you love comedy, then you should say that you love stand up comedy, not a fucking Adam Sandler movie on Netflix, not a fucking Kevin Hart movie on Netflix, not a Medea goes to camp, because interesting. Okay, so interesting reference Medea. So Medea represents the old form of African American comedy in the turn of the century, where vaudevillian comedy in the 20s and 30s kind of were going to theaters, and then after theaters, it went to radio, and then we get TV, right? So before Bill Cosby, Red Fox, yeah, people like Sammy Davis Jr. And Sammy Davis Jr. is not a comedian, but he's an entertainer. He's one of the most profound singers and part of the Rat Pack, and people that created Vegas and what it is now. Like when comedians go to retire, they go retire in Vegas and they get paid like a lot of. It's funny how like jump started comedy, and that's how this happens. Like put a record on, and now on tangents of thought, this podcast is now about comedy. And I'm also like educating y'all about like African American comedy, which is interesting. But that doesn't matter because quintessentially I'm talking about comedy. It has nothing to do about race. It has everything to do about comedy in general. And yeah, I'm going live on Facebook, so I can talk about the next wave. But to finish my point, yeah, you had a vaudevillian, old timing like stage shows, traveling stage shows, and that's where we got the mammy from. That's like, if you want to talk about the other form of comedy, as far as like the Medea shit, like black men dressing up as old black women. That's because black women started comedy in America, basically. Uh, that's a bold statement, but I want to say, and that was like the whole like Big Mama, like Mammy. Even like the first rock and roll star, like the woman that just went on stage and started fucking playing a bass guitar and like riffing and shit. That was Big Mama Thornton, not fucking Elvis, not uh the other guy, Robinson. You know, it's funny how all this pans out. But not to lose my point here. Yeah, if you're gonna say that you love comedy, if you're gonna be a fan of comedy, then really be a fan of comedy. And it's not about that, man. It's not about this is about laughter. This is about like people always want to laugh. It's just up to you how you want to laugh. Do you want to just see a bunch of mess of fart jokes and dick jokes and people falling down, which is the original comedy too. You think about like how I keep on mentioning the word vaudevillian, and a lot of people don't know what the fuck that means. But that's old style comedy in America that came from France, like some like experimental shit of like it's basically circus but comedy show to laugh and entertain without the whole circus, a bunch of weirdos on stage doing a random shit, whether it be a dog show, a comedy show, slapstick comedy is what I'm getting at. Slapstick comedy was the Three Stooges, a perfect example. Three guys that are nutty and goofy, and they're hitting each other and tripping each other. And then and that's old form of comedy too, and all types of comedy are never gonna die. They're just gonna redefine themselves. And we gotta know what makes you laugh. You gotta know what makes you laugh because laughter is medicine. That's where I'm getting at with all this shit too. Laughter is medicine. Something happens when you laugh. Also in this podcast, and then what I'm doing here in Dallas is meditating a lot. and find out different forms of meditation. And goddamn, laughter is the best form. You know, all the convulsion and then the catharsis that you're coming out when you're laughing, and you're seeing the catharsis coming out of the comedian too, because you're letting him do what the fuck he wants to do, and you're letting him be cathartic and like depossess himself of the cruelties and existential threats of the outside world, you know, because that's what it is. That is people that have high anxiety, high strung, PTSD, uh, introspective, um, clairvoyant people of all races that one day just wake up. So you know what? I need to depossess myself of this, and how I'm gonna do it is through being a comedian. And people love to see that. So that's when comedy comes out to stand-up comedy, where you're seeing a man vulnerable on stage, depossess himself of catharsis in different forms. Shit, going live on Instagram. I'm going live on Instagram, so if you want to check it out there. So now what I'm going to do is take a break. You know, I'm going to flip the record to side 2, and then go live on Instagram through there too. So did I flip the record already? No. Shout out to records, right? There's something warm and familiar and authentic about analog, crisp record sound. So someone wants to experience it, and you know, to its fullest degree. Going live. I'll start the record right now, and let me just introduce here on Instagram, and then we'll do it. Hello, everybody on Instagram. This is Emmanuel Nuno Arambula, your friend, your artist neighbor, your funky monkey. And we're here on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook. You can find me with my name. This is the second half of the podcast because my phone was dead, and I just turned it on. And then what we're doing here now is I'm talking about comedy, and I'm about to play a record on my record machine here, and I'm about to flip to side 2 on the record, and then let that run and then talk about the side 2. So, if you're wondering what I have in my nose, hey, what's up, James? What's up, Shipley? This is not so much a piercing, but it's a copper coil that I make. You can find this on my website, coppercoilsmadebyemmanuel.com, or you can message me. And what I do is I grease this up with it's like Vicks, but I make my own Vicks with essential oils. And then there's a bead that cleans it. It goes up and down, and copper coils it. This is how I filter the air around me. And this is what our ancestors did, and anywhere from the mountains of Peru and the Incas to the Mayans and Aztecs and various other cultures around the world. You know, it's and who knows? Maybe they'll see like gods that come down from the heavens, and they had breathing apparatuses, and it's like fucking breathing apparatus too. So who knows if they're mimicking that? I don't like masks. So I make this. I don't want to make this too much about my piercing, but I just realized how fucking big it is. I recently made another one, but I've been wearing this since COVID. I was in Denver, Colorado, and I had this motherfucker on. Side 2. This is Richard Pryor's Bicentennial Nigger, one of the greatest comedy records, one of the greatest comedians of all time. And let's go and get started. Dropping the fucking record. I love that little drop, man. It's my favorite thing about records. And it slowly like drops in. This awesome art.
I don't like movies when they don't have no niggas in it.
I don't like movies when you have no niggas in them. Niggas in them.
I went to see Logan's Run, right? They had a movie in the future called
I
Logan's
love
Run.
Logan's Run.
Ain't no niggas in it. I said, well, white folks ain't planning for us to be here. That's why we gotta make movies. And we be in the movies. But we gotta make some movies, some really hip movies of pimps. We done made enough movies about pimps because white folks already know about pimping. Because we the biggest hoes they got. I like to introduce a lady just finished doing the Angela Davis story, and she does Shakespeare's. I love when niggas can do just everything. This lady just all that shit. She ain't just no proof, but bitch bringing Shakespeare. I saw her in King Lear. Look at that. Shakespeare may have been the greatest, but the motherfucker wrote funny. I'll see the thought I did it. Her fight turn and pitiful. That was her part. This is a beautiful lady, Miss Rosalind Cash. Bitch is fine too. Won't give me no parts of pussy. I have paid for the pussy 7 years. Just please, Rob, just let me smell it or something. Give me a woof of the pussy or something. Just so I can lie on you or something. Also, like to introduce a brother is a novelist and shit. Writes books. And, you know, that part I got right. Motherfucker writes books. Nigga, hell of a writer. Good friend. Good heart. He wrote Lies and Loves, Mr. Giant Ass Nigga. That was the book, Honest on the Real Side. Mr. Cecil Brown.
I'll be checking the sound.
Nigga with Roswell, motherfucker. Nigga got plenty of problem for me. I said, why did you get the smelling? Nigga won't tell you, you keep laughing. I don't want to hurt you, kid. I'd like to introduce another friend. You don't want to mind me introducing people. You ain't got nothing to do. Because you motherfucker go outside, your car been towed away. I'd like to introduce a lady that sang her ass off. She's a really nice person. Beautiful. Pretty ass. And a lovely voice. She's elegant. Really represents something beautiful. Over the hood. Miss Natalie Cole. Put the light and shit on, motherfucker. Hey, put the lights. There's a nigga. See, niggas don't know where the bitch out there. Don't be introducing no fakes, motherfucker. There she is. You's a lying motherfucker. There's a lady that stayed over for the next show. I was in the first show. Really beautiful. Miss Minnie Rippleton.
What up, guys, on Instagram? Shout out Facebook, YouTube.
Minnie Rippleton. Hey, well, Minnie Rippleton wants to say to me. They got hard right away. Mother bitch, you get that note, boy. It just fuck you up, don't it? Is it good? How about your mama? I was born in Pryor, Illinois. That's where I was born. There was an old man. His name was Redbone. Was born in Mississippi, Tupelo. And Tupelo is near Wonderlo. And he used to sit out there in front of the barbecue shop and he built snuff. That's right, he had a little can, coffee can, and he dipped snuff in his back. That's why I know Manson ain't gonna get out of jail. As long as they make coffee, that motherfucker be in jail. So he was telling me a story, I used to listen to him because he's fascinating. Yeah, he tell you all kinds of shit. See? He's been at great levels there. That's right, he had a woman that loved him very much. Had a height of those, because she fucked around on him. And then I knew she was fucking around, but I'd leave home, go to white. I'd come back home, toilet seat be up. You don't know bitch in the wild piss with a toilet seat on. Or I knew somebody with any motherfucker. So I set a little old trap boy there. Went to white early. You know, I always did get up early because I like to hear the birds and shit. You know. You get up early, you can have them talk to you. They tell you what happened last night. So I walked the white. Used to walk down Jefferson Street and fought all the way to the bus stop. Then another nigga named Rainbow Johnson. That nigga could fight too, man. He could double his up though, yo. My father was just drawing out, you know, or side shit, you know. Nigga could do Yankee Doodle, you know.
What's up, General Malassi?
Well, this particular morning I went on the white, set my trap for this girl. She was pretty too, loved her. Sweet as she could be, you know, breast milk like carnation milk. Right. So I knelt the toilet seat down, and I doubled back, and I caught that nigga trying to lift it up. Nigga, send your soul to heaven, but your ass is mine up there. And she jumped all in front of her, you know, I had to knock her out the way. I didn't hit her hard, I just moved her out the way. Like that, the nigga hit me. Now, man, he's fucking my bitch and don't hit me too. And I was real strong in them days. Man. That's right, I was strong enough. This And I shot that nigga everywhere, too. Everywhere that nigga grab, I shoot him somewhere else. They didn't grab over there. That shit tore his ass up. They said, whoop! Nigga run all out in the street and shit. 200 had died, you know. Niggas used to didn't die in them days like they do now. Now you shoot a nigga, he just fall over. Niggas ain't made out of what they used to be made out of. You can stab a nigga 4 or 5 times, wouldn't hurt him, you know. Nowadays you cut a nigga and shit on himself. My old partner, nigga, tell him bad fight all the time. That's what his favorite thing. Lord, to fight. But his mother used to fuck with him. He'd be out after hours fighting. This was way back long after around 1924. During the drought and shit. You know when they had the great drought? Wasn't no cows and shit. Because the drought killed them motherfuckers. They're out there drinking dust. That's how thirsty you can get. See, your motherfucker gets so thirsty you grab a handful of dirt. Try to drink that shit, you know. That thirst is something else. See, when I was in World War I, we was in Versailles. That's right. I was working in a hospital ward, and I probably do a little French. And I worked over there, I was treating the boys with that mustard gas and shit all over. Niggas used to come from the front, boy, that mustard gas, eat holes in your ass. See? Nigga didn't have the mask on. I said, motherfucker, why don't you put your mask on? You know? He said, well, I don't trust these white folks. They be trying to, you know, trick us or something, you know? I want the bitches to see what I look like, you know? I had a good time over there, too, boy. Wall to wall pussy over there. Nigga. That's right, they love the shit out of niggas. Oh, sweet, sweet. That's what they used to say. So I come back here after the war, I had medals and shit, training medals for working in the hospital. I took them. Come back here and I moved out to California because I was going to get the motion picture business. See? Come out here, was in the paper, said we were on star. But shit, I told I was a star. Natural born. Because I couldn't do nothing. So I come out here and went for this audition. I did that. Went for this audition and motherfucker said for King Kong. And he gave me the script. I didn't know what the story was. And King Kong said, I don't mind being a king. Shit, that's a pretty good plot, you know. Change that motherfucker's last name, you know, to William or somebody. You know. A little Chinese that Kong shit. The director, you know, he said, well, I don't believe you understand what I'm trying to say. This is a movie about the back. I said, well, you got the wrong nigga, motherfucker. Motherfucking really. And don't appreciate you calling me up in here. That's right, I took the script, threw the motherfucker down. Them motherfuckers had me out there so bad. Motherfucking dirt didn't even get on the rug. Snatched me right out like that. But I had one in banana knives I used to always carry. I whooped that motherfucker out about this long, had a hook in it like that. I slapped that motherfucker across the arm, see? And the motherfucker thought it was my arm. And he saw the arm laying on the ground, he started laughing. See? He laughed till he seen that motherfucker pointing at him. You know? When he looked over, seen his shit was gone, he fell out. I got on the next freight train, went all the way back home. I'm back here to Pryor. That's why I've been here ever since, sitting out here, bullshit and all. I'm an international nigga though. When you grow up, what I want you to do is take care of yourself, save your money. See, I saved my money. I got money. I worked 35 years, get a retirement pension. nice piece of money. $35, $40 a month. Right, see, I don't be jacking it off here. I buy a little whiskey, a little wine, you know what I mean? A little whatever now. Had some boy almost died. God gave me what they call it head. God damn near killed me, boy. My heart and shit was fluttering like that. I said, please, God, I need $10 just to stop. Shit, you don't kill me up in here. I went to a Chinese restaurant in New York, and the bitch I was with said there was hair in her food. You know, I said, where's the hair, baby? She said, right here. I said, well, fuck it, we ain't gonna pay for that shit. Hey, man, come here, man, some hair in the food. Are you gonna have a food? I said, no, motherfucker, some hair in the food. I don't say on have. I said, yeah, here, motherfucker, there's some hair. What you talking about? Take this shit out the way. And the bitch talking about, oh, it's all right. Shut up, bitch. It was all right. Why didn't you eat the shit? I said, I ain't paying for shit. Come on, let's get the fuck out of here. And we was leaving. The motherfucker grabbed me. But he didn't grab me like motherfuckers grabbed me because we'd been fighting all night. They know that karate and shit. That's how much was that? Gave the motherfucker a tip and everything else. Bones and shit snapping. I took some acid once too. White dude gave me some. At a party, they said, this is fire out. I said, well, what is the shit? It's fire fucking out. I said, well, give me the shit, motherfucker. That ain't shit. You have you tripping. Get the fuck out of my face. Trip that, motherfucker. About 20 minutes later, I was at the party, you know, hey, blood, what's happening? No, hey, don't do it. You got it? Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Oh, man, ain't nothing. Just white dude gave me some shit talking about I'm going to be tripping. You know, I ain't going no place without my luggage. Hey, man, look at this. I can catch my hand. Oh, shit. I've got to get the fuck out of here. I can't breathe. I don't remember how to breathe. Something wrong. I told you it was far out. I'm gonna die. I don't even know who the fuck I am. I'm gonna die. 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 Hey, 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 hey. I'm gonna die. Hey, hey, hey. I'm gonna die. Hey, 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 hey. I'm gonna die. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, 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 hey. What in the fuck is happening to me? pod doors, Hal. Hal. Open the pod doors. Hear me, Hal? Open the pod doors, Hal. Hal. Stay. Don't stay. Don't stay. Don't. I'm losing my mind, Dave. Hi, my name is Hal 9000. I was invented in 1992. My teacher taught me a song. Would you like to hear it, Dave? Yes, Hal, sing it. It's called Daisy. 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 Give me your red circle. I'm crazy. All circles rolling. In my little feet, took me 5 years to come down off of that shit. You don't know how black humor started. It started in slave ships. Cattle was really rowing. Dude said, "What you laughing about?" Yesterday I was a king. Having a bicentennial, 200 years. Go have a bicentennial, nigga. They really have some nigga 200 years old with black face, stars and stripes on his forehead, eyes, lips just jagged. And he have that lovely white folks expression on his face. But he's happy. He's happy because he's been here 200 years. And I'm just so thrilled to be here. Over here in America, I'm so glad y'all took me out of die home. I used to get 59, die of high blood pressure by the time I'm 52. And that thrills me to death. I'm just so pleased America's going fast. They brought me over here in a boat. There was 400 of us come over here. 360 of us died on the way over here. I love that. That just thrills me so. I don't know, you white folks are just so good at us. Got over here, another 20 of us died from disease. But you didn't have no doctors to take care of us. I'm so sorry you did. Upset you on some too, didn't it? Then they split us all up. Yes, okay. Took my mom over that way. Took my wife that way. Took my kids over yonder. I'm just so happy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do if I don't get 200 more years of this. Lord of mercy. Yes, I don't know where my old mama is now. She up yonder in that big white folks in the sky. Y'all probably know. But I ain't gonna never forget it.
What a great album. What a great record. Great record. Guys, great record. Great bloody record. I'm just gonna move here and just talk about this record for a minute. Yeah. So you see a cell phone right there. me just check on the live settings here on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. On Facebook. Hey, Facebook. All right, yeah, Bicentennial. Bicentennial nigger. What a great album cover, too. Like, let's check it out. You got, like, this American, uh, there's like some in front of a hot rod, like, symbolism, like, it's very grandiose. Um, the silver. And then it has all the archetypes that he's embodied, all the catharsis, all the stuff that he relates to, and the personas and voices that are in his head, and the people that he identifies with and sees himself in a little bit. And they're all like chained up. They're shackled together. They're all in this together. Caught. Then you got this guy right here. And they're all Richard Pryors, And they got this guy, Uncle Sam. What is he doing in bind? He might be unshackling them. It's cool. So, and that's like the front of it, right? And then you look at the back. It's a very beautiful utopia, of black um, abundance of like living in nature and thriving, unshackled in the back. There's a lot of thought put into this, man. And the things he talks about in this record, anything from lions to like cultural differences with Asian and Chinese people to taking LSD. Not a lot of people could articulate their experience with LSD and psychotropic holistic medicine back in the 60s and 70s. But one of my favorite stories about Richard Pryor is that it's a story of how he lit himself on fire. And he was hanging out with one of his artist friends. And this is probably like early 80s, like probably mid 80s. And then Richard Pryor, like he just like he was kind of like wondering what's the fucking most craziest drug you can do? What's the most intense psychedelic drug you can do possibly? Very audio problem. And what he, maybe the person he was talking to was very intelligent because he concluded that the best drug one can possibly do or experience or self-induce is to set yourself on fire. And he got that from the Buddhist monks, the Tibetan monks that are protesting the occupation of Tibet from the imperialist China, communist China. And at the time, and then monks are still doing this to this day. Balls out, just like fuck you. I'm gonna come back and do it again, light my fucking body and face on fire. And they did it back then, 60s, 70s, and they're doing it still now. And certain things that happen when you light yourself on fire. And I don't know if he knew this at the time, but all the badass drugs that we have in our brain, because of pressure, you light shit on fire, right? Combustion, you think of like fibers like busting your body, juices just pouring out of every nook and cranny, compression, just pumping juices out. everywhere, all kinds of juices. But the main juices are the serotonin and melatonin and dimethyltryptamine in your brain, right? And so what I guess it's known is that you can induce a DMT trip, or dimethyltryptamine trip, by setting yourself on fire. And I'm not saying that's why the monks did it, but um, there's probably some form of trifecta that allows you to reach certain states of consciousness that will like help you reincarnate, or like at least have a decent death of you know like because when you die, I feel like when you die you kind of experience a little bit, but it's like more of a slow process, and people tend to wig out and have visuals and see their ancestors and their people that have died in the past in their deathbeds. And then if you kill yourself with a shotgun to the face, that's just like instant death. Where's the fun in that? Where's the pain and the anguish and the drugs that are seeping out of your brain? But you light yourself on fire, or even I've heard too, like freezing or drowning to death. I think drowning. I'm not sure about freezing, but definitely fire. Induces like a psychoactive fucking drug fueled like rush of like visuals and all kinds of things you experience. So somehow Richard Pryor knew this, and he fucking poured gasoline all over his fucking body. Might have been gasoline. From what I heard, it was gasoline. It could have been alcohol. He was drinking too. And he set himself on fire in the mid '80s. Look this up. Jimmy, can you look up when Richard Pryor set himself on fire? Richard Pryor, by the way, is the comedian we just heard. Richard Pryor. No. Set himself on fire. I follow a lot of artists on Facebook, and none of them do this shit. So I'm really glad I'm the first, because this should be regular. Yeah, we are gonna go through another quarantine. Shit's gonna get ugly again. So you guys gonna have to like find a way how to like integrate with society again in all forms of ways and manners, and communicate and connect, test the boundaries of what's lawful, what's not lawful, and see where it goes from there. Just straight. Why is acting up? Sounds better. Check 1 2, check. Check. Check 1 2. Now I got a balance. That's good. So, and Richard Pryor set himself on fire June 9th, 1980. So yeah, 1980. Check 1 2. So that's very introspective. That's very interesting. Like a comedian will go to those lengths to experience something, to experience not only drugs, medicine being made in your body. It proves a fact, a point, that I try to make with meditation, and this coming from a psychonaut, man. Like I've done every fucking psychedelic that you can get your hands on in America. Natural stuff that grows from the ground. Mushrooms, peyote, even synthesis forms of peyote, mescaline, but I have an eye for that. And to hear a comedian do that, and to get inspired by a Tibetan monk do that. I myself have been inspired. I did a performance art piece where I Instead of gasoline, though, I poured milk that was inside gasoline tanks, uh, jugs. And people thought I was gonna set myself on fire, but what came out was milk, and it was called milk bath. So I basically did a milk bath in front of people in an art warehouse, art studio, and people were ready with fire extinguishers. They didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. I was asking for a lighter and everything, and it wasn't. It was milk. I took a milk bath. Um, so like forms of comedy, like imagine someone going to those lengths to reach introspection, to reach a form of thinking of like why this, why that, like what's the biggest why. Sometimes when you take a livelihood from a person, maybe there's a time where Richard Pryor couldn't do comedy or didn't want to do it, but he had the angst to do it, and that could be relatable. Like it's performing is a drug because you go on stage, you go in front of people, and you're breaking off. You're setting yourself on fire. Basically, there's light on you. There's tension on you. There's energy. There's observations. There's tension inside your own body. Um, Catharsis going on. Introspection. Performance. You're moving around. You are like depending on what you're doing, like it could be a whole fucking shamanistic experience, that's what it is really. And a lot of these conversations I'm behind with this fucking podcast is central theme is how to heal yourself without drugs. So that's where I'm getting with this, man. Like comedians, like they what often happens with comedians is that they replace their substance abuse problems with performing comedy in front of people because that itself turns into a drug to an alternative state of consciousness. And once you have that, then you're hooked. It's like, oh, you can't wait to go back on stage again and do what you did to make you feel a certain way. And then the more it's rewarding to not just you, to other people, god damn, like that's trifold, like what it's doing to you, to if you're suffering from depression or mental illness or cognitive dissonance, paranoia, fucking PTSD. These are all like ways to depossess yourself of this, and it doesn't have to be comedy. I'm talking about any form of performance, man. Going on stage, playing a fucking flute, going straight on the street, playing guitar, skateboarding and falling down in front of people. Like, man, jackass stuff, man. Even the jackass stuff is a phenomenon. It's a bunch of kids that like had no sense of direction at all, just fucking lost. So they figure out, well, I know how we're gonna entertain ourselves and heal ourselves. Let's go fucking do dangerous stuff and jump off of moving cars and carts and do ridiculous stunts that are gonna harm our bodies. But we're gonna do it together. We're gonna film it, record it. People are gonna watch it. They're gonna make people laugh, and it's just like I don't know why I'm comparing. Well, like Jackass is like an extremity, like the people from Jackass. Um, you know, and this all comedy has a big play on culture too. Certain cultures, uh, and not only cultures, but certain classes of people have different relationship with comedy. Not everyone's fortunate enough to go see a comedy show live. Not everyone was fortunate of early 90s and late 90s to have HBO comedy like I did. Like my father and I used to just wait for the next comedy special. And that was just like a wise older man or someone that we could relate to that wasn't a family member that was just talking about like stuff that we would think about, man. Anyone, Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay, George Carlin was basically my grandfather growing up. Richard Pryor, um, you know, Dave Chappelle, like I can list more and more, like Paul Rodriguez, George Lopez, like even what's that? He doesn't do comedy anymore, you know. But I'm talking about like early '90s, late '80s. But I can just keep on going on listing comedians, but a lot of like modern comedians are gonna come up. I consider myself a divine comedian. What the fuck is that? No one really says that. No one. That might be a thing. Some of my most favorite comedians have either referenced not. I'm talking about like two or three people here. Have referenced either cosmic comedy or divine comedy, and I don't think there's a meaning for that. But if I can think of what that means, is someone that's very meta with their comedy. You know, someone that takes from the Dada movement from France, the vaudevillian days. Uh, Before that, of like high end performance that involves like flipping the script, breaking the fourth wall, uh, getting the people involved, and it turns into more of a happening, an experience, a very immersive experience that does not involve any form of production. It's just like you are like flipping the script so much that the people in the audience are becoming part of the experience, and they're performing themselves, or like you just confusion is the grand mechanism of all, of like, is this real, like who, like cosmic comedy, a cosmic comedian, divine comedian. It's just where I get that from is Dante's Inferno. You know, the divine comedy. You know, and that was written to depict hell on earth. And one of the most greatest art pieces are artists who are depicting hell on earth, like the experience of the pain body and all that encompasses it. And and once you can reach a state where it's just not all about you, you know, that you're actually incorporating the, the human condition into your comedy bit, and you become like a master of your own craft. I like I tend to have more self discipline and than what you think. A lot of people don't know me as me personally in a day to day life, but really do have off and on switch, because like when I'm on, dude. Like this, it's either notch 11 or nothing, you know. And a lot of people expect me to be funny or perform or to be highly manipulative or, you know, trickster. I'm basically saying, but no, I like to be polite. I like to I balance that shit out with meditation, being present, oneness, because I'm trying to perfect my craft. You know, like I'm not a comedian yet. I'm not going on stage, or I want to have authentic relationships with people. So like, and I learned this from growing up. Like most of my upbringing was, I was just a very quiet kid observing. But when I did speak and when I did like play and clown, like it went to the point where like someone had to like tell me to stop, you know, because I was like creating chaos, and chaos comes from our mothers. It's a divine feminine principle in our universe. It's circles and swirls and spiraling out. You know, the opposite of that is the divine masculine principle of logic and linear direction and order. So if you know my graffiti tags, it's a spiral with a line in between, and we, we all strive to find balance in life. You know, it's not just about chaos or calculated chaos or or understanding one's chaos. And I know that Richard Pryor can relate to a lot what I'm saying right now. Like I'm speaking to Richard Pryor. You know, Yeah, so I'm going to end at this note, speaking to Richard Pryor. But if you can get anything from this, is like really know thyself and know what thyself is uh, laughing about, or like what no. I was trying to, that's fucked up. No, like know what makes you laugh, man. Like know what kind of comedies you like. A lot of people like, I really wish that Netflix would break down like comedies. Like a lot of people don't understand that like the Oscars and all the award ceremonies, like they don't award movies, comedy movies or scary movies. You know, um, I can go into that in another video, but it makes you laugh. Know what you laugh at, because that's a great form of introspection. Like once you realize, then you find a key on unlocking the knots inside your own body, man. All right, I'm signing off. I might come back online. I'm going like and talk about another subject if you want to keep on. Next subject is about um, um, mm, about our DNA and our ancestral makeup in our DNA and nodes of information in our DNA and how we can unlock secrets and information uh, and and ancient knowledge and the everything that encompasses the universe or it's inside here already. Like we don't need to read books. We don't need to interact at all. That's why there's people fucking meditating on mountains and on top of trees and shit. Because like once you reach those states of consciousness, hyper consciousness, then like you have fucking universal cable of the universe, a lot of channels. All right, love you guys. Like, share, listen. Follow me, Google me on Instagram. See what this is about. Like, it's important for me to find my voice. So this is what I'm doing with all these random videos. I'm finding my voice, um, testing the sound. Technology is a motherfucker. Um, one of the main reasons I want to do podcasting is because I do want to find my voice. Like, I grew up in different parts of Texas, the different upbringings, different classes, upbringing. I strived out of poverty-stricken mentality, and then with the way I'm speaking, articulating now, it reminds me a lot when I became an artist, and I had to go to art galleries and universities and museums, and I had to speak and articulate my experience as an artist and why I did this and why I did art, what the fuck the painting means and stuff like that. And I had to articulate it. And once I had enough of that bullshit world, I went back into my, world. And I don't like. I like to mix up how I speak, because I don't like English. I don't like articulation as much. I don't like language. I don't like the complexity of language. I think the more we shop it up and the less words we use, the better. But this is a knife that I have to sharpen, you know. So yeah, keep on signing in. I'm at an hour and 44 minutes on YouTube. I'm gonna sign off here on Instagram first and stream. Goodbye, guys.